certified by WeatherRate for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks.
All in all, not a bad day. Lots of sun earlier today, but this is a live look outside right now in our Hy-Vee tower cam, and you can see the cloud cover has rolled in with the promise of wet weather, right? And when we look at radar, we see it marching east. We've got rain into southeast Kansas and across most of eastern Oklahoma, and that's now starting to slip into areas closer to the Little Rock area. Locally for us, though, it's just been a partly to mostly cloudy day. It's been a dry day. Are we going to get any wet weather? Well, we could certainly use it. The month of April has not featured much in the way of rainfall. We had above normal rainfall back in the month of March. We've kind of broken that trend with totals so far, and we're closing in on the end of April now. Just over an inch, 1.36 inches here in Springfield. Average April rainfall is almost 5 inches. Are we going to make up that gap? Well, we're going to have some shots at some wet weather over the next week. But this round right here that you're seeing, I don't think that's what's going to do it. We've got a storm that's swirling away across Colorado. Ahead of this wave of wet weather, we've got a lot of dry air in place across the Ozarks back into the Tennessee Valley. So this rain is really having to fight up against that area of dry air, and I don't think we're going to see much rain in our area. It looks like this rain is going to tend to pass on by off to the south across Arkansas. Although we'll get a little wet weather in places like Eureka Springs and Harrison, and even north of the state line in places like Seligman. Now, as far as the forecast for that storm system, it looks like it is going to take a southern route. It'll make its way through Texas and then eventually northeast across Arkansas and Kentucky. So we're going to be on the north side of that storm track. So we're going to stay on the cool side of that storm track. And the good news with that is we don't have to contend with severe weather chances with this particular storm. We're going to find a risk of it down to the south in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're going to find that risk shifting east into the deep south on Thursday. But we will not have to contend with that here locally. But we could still use some rainfall. And I think eventually we are going to have a pretty good shot at rain. But I think we're going to hold off that widespread rainfall until Thursday of this week. Looking at our forecast overnight tonight, you can see how that wave of rain kind of slips by to the south across northern Arkansas. Tomorrow looks a lot like today. I think during the morning hours there may be a fair amount of sunshine in our area. And then in the afternoon the clouds will thicken back up. And as we get to late afternoon, as folks are heading home from work, there is going to be a shot at some showers here over southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas. That wave passes on off to the east, and then it gets generally dry across the area again for much of Wednesday night. But then on Thursday, as the core of that storm, the one that I pointed out across Colorado, as it swings by to our south, we should see a more widespread round of shower activity across the area, starting up really overnight Wednesday night, but especially throughout the day on Thursday. This is 7 o'clock Thursday, and then as we work through the day, we should see on and off chances for showers that will likely extend into Thursday night before the rain shuts down. With this pattern, though, amounts are going to be a lot higher and more generous to the south. Areas near and south of the state line, ½ inch to an inch. Areas up to about Highway 60, maybe as much as 1/4 to ½ an inch. This is through Thursday. And then up towards central Missouri, the totals really drop off to under 1/10 of an inch. Temperatures tonight cool again, 45 for the low, high of 65 tomorrow, but warmer to the northeast where sunshine will last longer, cooler to the southwest where clouds will thicken up first. Then as we look ahead to Thursday with widespread clouds and showers, that will hold temperatures down. An unusually cool late April day with highs generally in the upper 50s. And speaking of cool, this pattern's not changing as we close out the month of April. In fact, it looks like we're going to see another deep trough develop across the eastern half of the United States this weekend. So look for temperatures to remain below average heading into the weekend and then turning colder Sunday with the possibility of 30s Monday morning. That's right. The first day of May, we could have lows in the upper 30s and maybe even the risk of some patchy areas of frost in those typically colder spots. Highs on Monday around 64, kind of a cool way to start off the month of May. Average highs are in the low 70s this time of the year. Tuesday looking warmer, and it looks like that warming trend will continue so that the back half of next week will feature, I think, a lot more in the way of 70s than what we're going to find in the front half.
Been a while since we've been at just normal average temperature.
Or even below. I mean, so much of the month of April was above normal. A lot of days, 80 degrees or greater, but no, we're ending on a cool note.
We've actually had a spring.
Yeah.
We haven't just
Came
fast
late.
forwarded to summer yet.
Right.
We're still there. All right. Thanks, Jamie. You've likely heard talks about the Northern Lights.